So there may be some good news for people who were defrauded by Donald Trump at Trump University. See, before Donald Trump even became president, he set up and ran this little venture called Trump University. Now, surprise, surprise, it ended up being a massive scam. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. Did you? Now, in total, the university defrauded about 4,000 students before it ultimately failed. Because that's what happens to Trump businesses. Like, does anybody remember Trump Steak, Trump Wine, Trump Airlines, on, etc.? All these businesses, of course, are gigantic scams that fall apart. Now, the problem is, when you defraud students, you get in a little bit of trouble. So what happened is that there were a lot of people who sued. And before the election, they actually were, President Trump had actually said, you know what, I'm going to settle this case. Well, wait a minute, Donald Trump never settles cases. That's not something that he does. Well, in this case, he knew he had a pretty bad case against him. Didn't want to end up in court, especially since he was president-elect at that time. So he decided, let's go and let's give you guys a settlement, $25 million. Now, here comes the good news. On Tuesday, that settlement moved forward. Now, that means, of course, the people hadn't gotten their money yet. Now, let me tell you why. And again, this is sort of good news, bad news. Now, a challenge by Florida bankruptcy lawyer Sherri Simpson was rejected by the Ninth Circuit Court on Tuesday, according to Politico. Simpson hoped to bring the president to trial over $19,000 worth of classes she previously paid for, as well as a mentorship program. So this was one of the lawsuits that was going forward. Now, wait a minute. Rejecting a lawsuit, how can that be a good thing? Again, let me explain. But first, in her 21-page opinion, Judge Jacqueline Nguyen, hopefully I said that right, upheld the $25 million settlement, that's good, and highlighted the difficulties associated with bringing Trump to court, as he would have been president-elect at the time of the trial. She said both classes of plaintiffs would have faced significant hurdles had they proceeded to trial, including the difficulty of prevailing in a jury trial against either the president-elect or the sitting president. So, she said under these challenging circumstances, the district court acted well within its discretion by approving that settlement. So, again, good news, bad news, right? Now, good news on this one, again, that $25 million settlement is moving forward, and that's thanks to this being thrown out. According to HuffPost, Simpson's challenge was the only thing potentially preventing the students from being reimbursed. Appeals to greater Ninth Circuit judges or even the U.S. Supreme Court would have delayed settlement much further. And Trump's lawyers also said that they would pull out of the agreed settlement if the court allowed Simpson to proceed to trial. So there's another reason why, again, this is actually a good thing. Now, it sucks because Simpson was massively defrauded, but so were all these other students. And this settlement doesn't mean that she's not going to get any money. Since she was one of the ones that went to that school and that had been defrauded, odds are she's going to get some money as well. Now, how much money are they going to get? It's estimated that former students would at least get back 90% of the money that they spent. And again, some of these students spent a lot of money, some upwards of up to $35,000 for mentorship courses. That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good, especially when you think of how much Donald Trump has stiffed people before. Banks, the Freedom Girls, his workers, all that stuff. It's very, very hard to get money out of Trump. Why? It's because he's not a billionaire. And what kind of billionaire stiffs people out of money that they owe? What kind of billionaire sets up a fraudulent university? The answer to that is somebody who's not a billionaire, but who desperately wants to be a billionaire and just sucks at it. So we used to have scam after scam after scam. And again, he's a scam artist. And that's exactly what he does. Now, the only thing is, I think it actually would have been very interesting to see him in court defending against his obvious con, even when he's president. But I understand that there were, of course, a lot of difficulties there. So unfortunately, we get to miss out on that, what would have been an hilarious media circus. But the solace is that students are going to get most of their money back. So I guess at the end of the day, I think that's a pretty good outcome. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.